A jigga 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 jigga. A jigga 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 ba ba ba. Bang 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 bang. Go 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 ga ga ga. Empty bottle.
There's a camera here now. So everybody will be able to see James's hand motions.
Go 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 ga go go ga ga.
Ga.
You know, slap the bass.
Hey, you know what? I want to wake.
And take two. Jigga jigga baba jigga jigga ba da ba ba. Jigga jigga baba jigga jigga ba ba da ba.
Empty bottle.
Empty bottle.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You gotta give it a little suspense, or else it's not.
You gotta let it simmer, as they say.
In the biz, that's a biz term. In fact,
is it really?
Hey, fun fact.
Let it.
That's a
simmer.
biz term. Let it simmer.
Hey, guess what? It's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day,
I thought it was
everybody.
the 16th. I messed up. I mean, it didn't mess up. I'm already prepared.
Wait,
I just
why
have to
did
do
you think
one
it was
thing.
the 16th?
It's the-
I don't know why. I thought it was.
For your whole entire life.
No.
Valentine's has
for
always
this
been
year
on the
because I
14th.
don't care. I just thought it was the 16th. I never cared. Like it doesn't.
Well, you cared enough to write. You were going to write a poem for Gemma.
Yeah, I have to write a
and-
poem because that's
and
what
she
she
saw
wants. It's
you.
not a poem.
Wait,
it's like a
what did
letter.
he do it on again, Gemma? He was writing.
No.
Wait,
no.
you got to tell everybody. What,
That's different. Okay, so I did a good thing. I prepared for Valentine's Day this year. So I made sure to get a thing she wanted. And I made sure to get a thing for her I wanted to get for her.
Okay.
And the thing I wanted to get for her it doesn't require, but there's an option for, fancy stuff like that you say, or, it's like a little note that goes along with the
okay.
thing.
Right.
And so I was like thinking, why waste time? That's lost and found, by the way. I was like thinking, why waste time thinking of something to write when I'm already here in the checkout area, and now all of a sudden, so I was like, what's the quickest way to get this done? And so I jumped onto Chat GPT and I asked, I'm like, I don't remember the terminology that I used, but when it sent me back, I was just like, nah, this is short. I think I got to make it longer. So I got more. When you add more description of what exactly you want, it could, so it came out to be like 3 paragraphs of just like,
happy.
my love is like a red, red rose with petals that never wilt.
Okay, but the funny thing
so
is,
like I'm trying to write it in this area, and I have the perfect like 3 paragraphs of nonsense. And it says you could only have like 100 characters or something. So I had to cut it down just a little bit.
Jeez.
And so when you see it today later, and you see...
She's already seen it.
It's... No, it's the first like 2/3 of the first paragraph. So it kind of just stops like in the middle of just this long description of my love for you as told by ChatGPT.
So the actual prompt was, help me write a letter
Go ahead.
for my Valentine's gift for my wife.
And then you saw
So
it.
at first it was like, give me a Valentine's Day letter. And it was like, roses are red, violets are blue kind of crap. And then I was like, no, do this for my wife. And then it was like, our undying love is like a forever river that we just, it's like a forever lazy river that we just keep going around in circles.
Wow. Hey.
So if you were actually thought about it, you should have just taken it and be like, I only have 100 characters to do this. Please rewrite it.
I didn't want to waste time. I knew it was stupid. It was like, I knew it wasn't what you wanted, but I thought it was funny just the same. And I think...
This is one she'll remember. She saw it.
I'm gonna write an actual letter. That's what she wanted for Valentine's Day. But
Dear Gemma.
Yeah.
Hi, this is James.
Dear
and
Gemma,
this is not
I hate this.
ChatGPT.
You're making me write this letter. I don't know how long I need to make this, but I am writing this letter.
I was always, especially in high school, really good at writing nonsense. I could like stretch one sentence out to a full paragraph easy. I was always good at that.
What happened?
I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, I'd rather play video games or, do something that I want to do, like
Video games.
nothing. Oh my God. I took a day off yesterday. I mean, I worked all day. Well, I worked part of the day, but I took the day off.
You took a day off from what?
Walking through the door here. Hello?
Well, I'm trying to think. I didn't even.
Do you mean a
my
day
body
off from
doesn't
work?
let me sleep in. The most I could sleep in until 6:30 probably.
Hey, I got to sleep in today till 4:45.
Ev, that's
Oh,
not
wait.
sleeping in.
That's
I
my
mean, I
Wednesday.
let myself wake up today.
Okay, well, that's good.
I mean, not today. Yesterday. Yesterday.
You let yourself wake up.
Yeah, and it was like at the crack of 6:30. Like with no alarms or anything, I just let myself wake up. It was crazy.
I don't
okay,
understand.
and then, so
I
what is
usually have to wake up to an alarm. Don't you guys wake up to an alarm saying,
No.
"Hey, your day should"?
Nope.
All right. To be fair, I wake up at 5 most days, and my body wakes me up a half an hour early. So I usually
good.
don't wake up to an alarm. But when I wake up early like that, I hate myself, and I was like, I force myself to stay there. And sometimes, like today, I woke up at 4, and I'm like, this is terrible. But then I kind of forced myself to lay there for a little bit longer just so I could feel like I was completing my rest. And I do my stretches.
You know why you did that, right? Because you were thinking about that, what's your letter you had to write.
I was like, oh my God, I'm
He didn't even
sweating.
know it was Valentine's Day today. He thought it was the 16th.
I wasn't sure. I thought it was the 16th. That sounds like a love number, 6. 1, 6, 16. Love. The number of love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's Valentine's Day. And so, wait.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And what are our topics today? Do
We're
we have
back
topics?
to having a camera angle on us, which is going to be terrible.
No black eye.
No black eyes.
That's
no,
cool. No injuries.
Yeah.
Except for my collarbone. Still.
And my
clavicle.
I got a couple things, but it's
You
okay.
don't have to show them.
Yeah.
I thought you were going
I don't think I should.
going to stand up and show 'em.
I don't think I should. That's pretty awesome. So let's just jump right in here. Anything happening in your guys' lives socially?
I never have a social life.
Well, I mean, we came over to your house the other day. That was kind of social. You had company. That was social.
Yeah. Okay, that was one in a blue moon. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yes, we like entertaining.
Man, and you know how to feed a person, man. Well, I mean, your wife knows how to feed a
you
person.
know-
You brought the sushi,
Oh my God,
but
she
came with that soup. That soup was
phenomenal. You know what? You
and it
ever
was
go
so
to
basic. It was just a few ingredients, and then I think I had like 3 bowls.
what your mom used to make, right?
Yeah, it's super simple. I liked it.
She makes all these appetizers, and when the real meal is supposed to come out, no one wants to eat because why?
'Cause
they're all full of
yeah.
appetizers, right, man? But we like to eat, yeah.
Nice.
Foodies,
Yeah.
foodies.
We're foodies too, but we like to finish all the food.
Hey, well, didn't your parents say, hey, when you have food on your plate, you got to finish everything?
Speaking of segue, I used to be stuck at the table. My mom, I have an old, I have an old Filipino mom, and she used to make me sit at the table until I was done eating. So if I got food, I would be stuck at the table, and I would literally get in trouble if I left. Or if
you didn't finish,
it would be considered wasting, even though it would just go back in. She didn't want me to take food that I wasn't eating. That's how I was raised. So I was stuck, and I remember one of my favorite memories of my parents is them, always butting heads. So she would be mad at me because I'd want to leave. I'd be crying. I would stick my stomach out at the table. I would be like, look at how full I am.
You still do that.
I still do that. I'd be like, look at how full I am. So like, and she wouldn't care. She cared not. She's like, if you grab that food, you better eat it. So my dad would grab a mirror because all I really wanted to do was watch TV. Like I'd ate, now I want to sit with everybody else on the couch and watch TV, and I wouldn't be able
he
to
put the mirror in
leave
front of you so you could see the
table. And so he would set it up towards the front door, and I'd be in the kitchen, and I'd be and he would turn it just right so that I could see the TV.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if he was just messing with my mom or not, or if or he was just feeling bad for me. But man, it was good times.
Wow.
It only happened maybe a handful of times, but I just remember
Wow.
that happening, and it was the funniest, stupidest thing.
Wow.
How about you? Was your mom always making you eat all your food, or
Oh yeah, we'd have to stay at the table and finish everything.
everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were times where
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to bring up the corporal punishment that we were involved with, but like
my mom was not a very good cook. My mom really.
that is punishment in a different way.
Oh, I mean, she would cook a steak, and to her, a really good steak was meaty.
Yeah,
I mean,
a
not
little
medium.
rubbery.
No, not medium. Well done.
Yeah.
You could pound nails with her steaks.
I used to have to eat pork chops, and I hated the way they tasted. I was like, I'm chewing on this thing, and I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to be like this. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to just chew it and eat it, but like I couldn't swallow the meat for some reason. It was gross.
Yeah. So.
They did the best they could.
Well, hey, she turned out to be good. I mean, after a while.
Yeah, a little practice.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Those early years.
Those early years.
How about you, Gems?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's the question?
Never mind.
My,
Let's
On
move
that
on.
note-
my parents have always cooked good steak.
Oh. Well, that's good. I didn't
She's
know what
never had a
you know
problem,
what I didn't know what a steak was till my mom would make these little those little, it looks like a hamburger patty with a piece of butter in the middle.
Yeah.
They call them cube steaks, then they're frozen. You get 450 in a pack.
Oh, wow.
And she used to
wow.
cook those, and I used to think those were steaks, man.
Yeah. What were they?
They were those little hamburger patties with a little piece of butter in the
Oh, it's
middle,
just
and she
hamburger.
would fry those, and oh my God! And then I finally had a real steak, and I'm like, this is not steak,
Yeah,
really?
you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I come here to U.S. and it's like, what? Yeah, it was culture shock. It's like
You're
John Wayne.
from Japan, right?
Yeah, born
Don't
and raised,
they
man.
have? Isn't that where is it Wagyu? comes
I never
from?
heard of that till I came over here.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure over there has better steak.
God, just like John Wayne, right? I never knew John Wayne had a deep voice until I came here. I saw him on TV. No,
Oh,
yeah.
because it was.
It was always
It was
dubbed.
always
Like,
dubbed.
boy, none of you done on that. And then I see John Wayne on TV, and he's like, hey, Pilgrim. I go, who is that? That's not John Wayne. Wait, none of you done no.
I love that.
So, what's on the agenda today besides the Happy Valentine's Day, which is you finally realized?
What are you doing?
Well, I was going to talk about our fight seminar coming up March 2nd.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant what are you doing for what are you doing today? You guys
well,
going out?
I'm starting. I started off today. We work out every Wednesday,
Yeah.
early, and then at 9:00 we have the empty bottle.
Yeah.
And then I go and teach, and then I go
I was
home.
more thinking of
Oh no, we stopped doing that.
Okay, so this morning,
Oh no.
somebody brought that up, and I was like, I think
You
it
mean
was
in class or
shout
what?
out because she'll never listen to this. Stinky Marzia.
Marzia?
She was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do for Gemma?" And I'm like, "Nothing, man. Like, we're married. We don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not trying to catch her. I've already caught her. She's mine. I don't have to." I don't have to impress her at all, like with like
But
wasting money on extravagant adventures and
It is
pricey
so
things.
funny that you say that because yesterday he just dropped $400 on new gear.
I needed the gear.
Oh, you like boxing gloves? Oh, I saw you. Is that the pineapple ones?
I needed the gear.
Right.
So it wasn't a Valentine's Day gift per se.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, can I ask you a question? How many pairs of boxing gloves do you have?
I have 2 less than I had before.
That's not what I asked you. How many do you
And
have?
therefore, I had to replace those 2 pairs with 1 other pair, new
So
pair.
a total of 8 pairs?
He has so many he doesn't know.
I know, that's
8
right.
or 8 or
But he
9.
showed me, he goes, look what I got. And they have pineapples on them. He goes, you can be the pineapple man. He goes,
Yes. Don't forget that when you see me coming down the hall in yellow.
Hey, let me ask you.
No. It's pineapples.
I asked somebody yesterday
Eh.
about Valentine's Day, and then I said, why do you got to wait till Valentine's Day to give somebody you love
Right.
something special?
See,
that's why I don't. Wait,
back to what's her name, because
Wait,
that's why I said I'm not doing anything special today because it's I do stuff special every day.
Okay, when's the last time you brought her flowers? Just because?
Oh, she doesn't like flowers.
Okay, when's the last
wait. I remember. I don't remember the day, but it was about a month ago, and they were they orchids or daisies? The last ones.
Okay.
We got the orchids.
Cherry blossom.
Cherry blossoms. That's what it was.
Cherry blossom. Hey,
But they're Legos.
okay,
See,
but let me
that's
ask you
what's
something.
up.
So what does she like? I mean, does she like
Plants and stuff,
chocolates?
plants.
She likes.
I was
what?
gonna get her chocolates too, but like
Wait. No, but
look
what
at
she
that
like?
face.
What does she like?
Plants and things like this.
Okay, so when's the last time you got her? Just a plant to say, "Hey, I love you." This,
But
just
about
because.
a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, I told you. Orchid. They were I mean Legos, but guess what? That's what she loves. And they
Okay.
were plants.
Well, that's good.
I did good.
Good, you did good. You don't
That's
have to
right.
wait for a special day, right? Because every day should be special.
Right.
Okay.
Or at least once a month so that you don't overspend.
I know,
Because that's special to her. Me not wasting money all the time.
That's nice. So we don't do anything special, but we do stuff all year long.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was like, I forget. When do you go to the grotto? Is that on a birthday or an anniversary or?
We just go there. Here's the thing.
Oh, that's just your spot.
just
I
like
thought
to-
that's your special.
No. We like to go to Fisherman's Grotto in Monterey, and it's got
Plug
great
to
food. But
Fisherman's Grotto.
yeah, but we take the little convertible. She loves driving in the convertible, right?
Nice.
It's just sunny, and we drive down and we have a nice day.
I did that once when I was there. It's like a little 3-wheel convertible with
Oh
no
yeah,
top.
those are pretty cool.
And you go down the coastline, drive down the one or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
It is. It's the one.
Yeah.
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 But
I did that once.
Yeah, we do that. I mean, it's not a special day, but we do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Gemma? What do you do?
For Valentine's Day, nothing.
Yeah. Wait, empty bottle right now. That's what she's doing.
Oh yeah. That's what we're all doing. How about what's coming up? So,
So I was gonna
today's
talk about-
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but I was
meaning
going to
it's
talk about
the 14th or so, and next
That's-
month we're gonna have a pretty busy month.
that's every
14th. Yeah,
of
got it.
February.
I got it. I mean, it's not. If it was like,
When's Christmas?
It's the 16th.
it's not the. I don't know. It's the 24th or the
That's
26th.
Christmas Eve.
25th.
25th is Christmas.
Oh, I thought it was the 24th or the 26th.
When's New Year's? When's
December
your birthday?
32nd.
December 32nd.
So we're in February now, so we could time stamp that right there. Coming up in March, it's 2024 for those of you listening in the future or the past.
Got a self-defense seminar coming up.
We got all kinds of cool stuff coming up. It's for women, right? Women's self-defense seminar. So I don't know if you guys know this, but at our school, we throw these little seminars. You've got one coming up to help us.
March 2nd.
Yeah, on the 2nd. That's pretty soon, and that's for anybody in a fight situation completely, any way, shape, or form, right? Any kind of situation where
Yeah,
they're going to be in a
You
fight.
could be a beginner or advanced, but what I
Yeah.
wanted in this particular situation, I want to talk about why does a fight happen, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's a precursor to a fight? A lot of people don't know Well, we're going to get in a fight. I don't know that until they feel the actual
So
physical.
it would be from even before a fight, like
Well, how do you
possible
s-
situations, how to see a fight coming, how to de-escalate a fight.
That's exactly right. The precursor to a fight. What is a precursor to a fight, right?
Yeah.
And then first, we'll talk about that for 5-6 minutes, and then we'll go into once that happens, how do you de-escalate a situation?
Right.
Right. And a lot of people don't know how to de-escalate. So, like for example, if I go, "Hey, what are you looking at?" and people go, "Well, you look like a horse's rear," but I mean, that's not de-escalating situation,
Right.
right? So we're going to tell them, "Hey, how do you de-escalate?" So that's the next thing, and then those are actual verbalizations and cues that you
right.
see, what you hear, and then if it gets down to the physical aspect of it, then we're going to be
then,
doing
yeah.
that, and it's going to be basic footwork. Right, like
How to
run,
actually throw
how
a
to
punch,
run
how to hold your fists properly, and
Well, yeah, basically, and then how just by the actual physical way that you stand or the physical way that you do something,
Right.
how it can de-escalate a situation. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. You don't have to know anything.
Yeah.
I know we were talking yesterday, going, "Wait, you want some beginners?" in here?" Well, yeah, but this
the
now
beginners
that I
are the ones that could use it the most
Well,
because
yeah,
they're
that's-
the ones who I find have trouble, just knowing their bodies, knowing
Right.
how to move because they've never been in a fight or never even maybe even seen a fight.
right.
So it helps them the most because now they're prepared.
And what's different about what I'm going to show as opposed to, say, for example, you teach Muay Thai. We have
Yeah.
Muay Thai here, right? And I tell
And we
people,
do our best with the beginners.
No,
God-
but I
God
tell
help
them,
we do our best.
Yeah, but I tell them, hey, take it because you're going to learn proper technique. You're going to learn
Right.
how to get hit. You're going to learn how to get hit and how to hit someone. But
Right.
but there's rules there.
Yeah,
Can't kick-
all the rules.
you
Like
can't kick the
I yell at
groin.
people every night to just calm down. Sometimes I'm like, you guys aren't doing what I asked you to do. Like, there's rules, always rules.
Right, but not on the street. There are no rules,
baby.
right?
Oh yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to work some of those techniques where there's no rules involved.
Nice.
So it'll be fun time.
My
you know?
favorite is this. I love this idea because I was around for the beginnings of this seminar. I was around when we practiced and you were showing us all these fun techniques, but in real time, and we didn't actually have a lot. I mean, you spent the time to break it down, but you get to spend a little bit more time, and it's going to be everybody gets a really good understanding of what's going on, and
It's foundational, but it prepares you to be able. I mean, I have people that come in here and you see their faces and they're going, "I'm going to take my time." They're like,
yeah.
right? They're
All of them. They're always so scared. There's like a deer in the headlights, and yet we're so welcoming.
well, yeah, no, that
We're always like, come on in.
you go to some schools, man, and I've been to a couple schools and I go, "Hey, can I just watch?" And they look at give you the look up and down. And you're like, I don't want to fight everybody. I just want to watch what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Everybody comes in here, and you can see it in their face where they're like, "Well, I don't know if I made the right decision."
Yeah.
Until they finish, and they go, "Wow, that wasn't bad at all. That was really a lot of fun."
Yeah.
Well, fun until you get in a real fight. Then it's not fun anymore, right?
Right. No.
It's fun till you get hit. So what else are we doing besides the self-defense seminar?
The
Right? March.
women's self-defense seminar. There's a fight tactics seminar. We're doing a little gathering. Like we're all gonna hang out. It's gonna be like a party on the 16th. We're just gonna have like a potluck, to celebrate all the hard work for my Muay Thai guys. So
Oh, you're doing a Muay Thai potluck.
Yeah,
Aren't we
yeah.
holding a in tournament?
yeah, but we're calling it a potluck because we don't want to call it anything else. And now we're gonna remember to.
It's a showcase.
Yeah, it's like a showcase.
Oh, good.
They're just having a Muay Thai event.
Yeah, it's like an event.
Great.
So like they're gonna it's not gonna be a lot of instruction. It's gonna be more of like, hey, let's get used to this feeling of being around a bunch of people while we're doing the things that we do so that it takes the nerves out of. One of the things I like to teach in all of my classes is confidence, because there's not a lot of that out there. Like people are scared, people are worried, people just aren't confident in their own abilities half the time. And to remind people that they are better than they think they are is one of my favorite things to do. Like I never felt that growing up. So like to be able to give that to people, even at, in their 20s and 30s and 40s, like confidence is key to life. So feeling confident in doing what they do and like, I don't know. I just want to bring that to them.
It's
and
just
this
so
is
cool to
why,
hear you talk about that.
Yeah.
And you've become a really good instructor.
I mean,
You know
okay. I still yell a lot, but
Well, that's okay. That's part of the learning process, right?
I tell people
But
it's my passion.
Let me ask you, but doesn't it make you feel good when you see
I
somebody
love
from
it.
the very beginning and
Yeah.
then they come down and then you see the confidence, right?
Yeah.
I tell people you want to make yourself a hard target when you go out.
Yes.
Right? What does that mean? What does it mean? It means walking with your head held high.
Held high.
You're looking at people. You're not mad dogging them. You're walking with
You're not looking down
confident-
at
Yeah,
everything because you're afraid of the world.
right.
You're not looking at your phone.
Well, that's
Yeah.
right. And for those students, also we've got a test coming up in March, right? So Shane is doing some master classes. I
Master
guess.
classes. There's another little plug.
We have the Orange Belt one coming up Friday, right?
Yeah, we will miss that one probably unless Gemma gets this out quick.
No, we've been talking about that.
No, but
So
I mean,
what else is happening?
on the advertisement tip.
It's been on Slack.
No, I mean with this podcast.
Oh, got it. So what else is on our list there, Mister?
No, I okay.
Wait, I want to talk about.
This isn't a list. I mean, it's kind of a
So
list, but it's not.
we never really have a list.
Like
sometimes-
we
These
never
are just
have-
random.
Sometimes James
it
will
says-
prepare and look up statistics and start talking about stuff, but we never really have
Speaking
a list.
of statistically,
There it
let's
is.
see how often people look up lists for podcasts. 67%.
It's more fun when we do it ad lib, right?
What?
Extemporaneous.
Well, I mean, I like that we have topics because then there's not. I wonder what we're gonna do. I wonder what we're gonna do. Gemma, I wonder what we're gonna do. Gemma has a topic.
what were you going to say, Jim? You were going to say something.
What's the fascination with fighting? What do you think it's there for? Because I know, because you have your fighting
for-
tactics seminar coming. You have your MTK showcase coming up. Like,
it's-
what's this fascination?
What do you think it
You know,
is?
like people will come in here and they'll just be like, I only want to do fitness and like, I'm scared to do this, and there's all this fear. But then other people are like gung ho. Like I remember when James started training, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I want to be in there, and he just let himself get hurt all the time. But
the
he didn't
time.
care, right? So what's this fascination with the fight, or this physical activity where you can potentially injure yourself?
Okay. You want me?
No,
you want me to
no,
take
like,
it first?
You go
what,
first.
What was
I'd
your
like you to know.
fascination? Like I know you started martial arts because you wanted to get in shape.
Right.
But like,
That's
what's the
so.
fascin-
I
what
didn't
kept you
start
there?
martial
Well,
arts to get into
it
shape. I took
wasn't-
the other fitness classes to get into shape. Martial arts came after.
Well, it wasn't a fascination, right? If you look at instinctual stuff, I mean, you look at the animal kingdom. Animals fight only when they're cornered. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or to
they're pushed-
defend their kids.
Right. Especially moms.
Yeah.
Well, coming here back in the early days, I was the only like brown kid in all white classes, and when they found out, I
Wait,
was,
you're brown.
yeah, well, I
Let's
was
zoom in on that real quick.
Yeah. When I was here and I was younger, I would get really tan, right?
I'm all compared to me. I think he's.
But here's the thing: and then when they found out I was Japanese, then we had a lot of problems, and I would get into a lot of fights. I never started them, but I would get in a lot of fights, and so learning how to. My dad he boxed, so he taught me boxing techniques, and he did judo. So, and he was really good at it, right? And so he taught me this stuff, basic boxing technique, and so I learned how to protect myself. That was the only reason. I never went out I wasn't really fascinated by fighting. I mean,
What about fitness?
fitness was always part of.
Do they go hand in hand like in boxing? Do you have to do the jump rope and stuff before push-ups and things like this, or was he just
let me finish
straight boxing?
with her question about the fascination, right?
Write
and
that
then
down. Hold on.
and then getting, when I got out of high school and started going to college, and I'm seeing we had, of course, I was senior class president. So we had not a 5-year reunion. We had like a 2-year reunion. And I saw some of the football players, starting to get a gut and losing their hair and stuff. And
2 years later.
I don't want to be like that. So at 20, I guess, 20 years old, I went to community center to get fit and try martial arts because I thought that was a good way to get fit. And that took off, right? But with the advent prior to that, when I started with Taekwondo and I started with Kaji Kempo and Eskrima, the Taekwondo back then was very, very few schools or very few people knew about it then. And so I really enjoyed it, had a lot of fun. And then getting fit at the same time really, really helped and the martial arts helped me get fit even more. But I think with the advent of the UFC, where people
just beat the hell out of each other.
Well, here's the thing, martial artists. Well, you've seen those kung fu. Like kung fu is better than your. Yeah. Well, you have guys that were doing jiu-jitsu, and you have guys that were doing Shotokan, and you have guys that were doing this. They wanted to know, well, if my system was put up against another system, would it work and would it be better? And it was more of a.
Never turns out right.
I know, but it's more of an ego thing. Yeah. And then with the advent of the UFC, and it finally took off, then all of a sudden now it becomes, hey, I want to learn how to fight.
And the worst part is those people with all those egos, they actually get the other people without egos to play their game. Because like if there was no ego involved at all,
it wouldn't make any money.
One person. Yeah, and it also wouldn't. But one person saying "I'm better than you" wouldn't go anywhere. It's like, okay, whatever. It wouldn't be like, okay, now let's test this.
As people, a lot of people are competitive.
Yeah.
Look at football. Football's very physically taxing sport, but you don't think those guys are out there trying to hurt each other. Well, they say they don't, but man, you block somebody and you're going full speed and you smack and they go, oh, look at that hit. Wow. I mean.
How much do they get paid?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they get paid.
How much do they get paid when they lose? They still get paid.
Oh, yeah, they get paid millions, right? So I don't know the fascination, but when I do a fight class or something like that, it's more about, okay, you guys, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to learn how to protect yourself, because nowadays people learn how to fight.
Right.
The statistic, it's probably different now, but a majority of people don't know how to fight. They have no idea, right? And when they finally come in here and they go, okay, I want to start learning how to, you're watching them and you're going, oh. Well, you get the guys in here, they go, oh, yeah, I'm a fighter.
I see it every day.
Wait, I have a question. So we were watching Gangs of New York.
Oh,
yeah. Scene in there.
Love this movie.
With knives.
Why do they fight like this and punch?
Oh,
like
yeah.
this?
That's the old
style boxing.
But I mean, like, why? When did it turn from this to this?
I think,
okay, so
I don't know.
this is the old.
Yeah.
It's just the evolvement of the boxing. Boxing was a sport.
So was the older way of doing it incorrect? Or
No.
Not incorrect. It's just devolved.
No, it didn't devolve.
No,
Okay.
no. It was devolved back then. It's evolved since.
Well, it started that way where it's here,
Because
but
they didn't know any better.
they didn't know. Again, they didn't have that the way, and I don't know when it went from here to here, but I have no idea.
How fun is that?
But
Let's
them
find
fighting,
out.
they fought with bare knuckles, and
There's still bare knuckle boxing. Have
Yeah.
you seen that?
It's
my
gone
God.
back.
What
Yeah.
about the slapping each other in the
slap
face
fest.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so correct. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So the fascination with fighting, some people want to do it because of ego. Other people want to do it because they think it's a great way to get in shape and learn how to be able to protect yourself.
What do you say to the people that are scared?
I said, it's okay to be scared, but listen, come in and learn some technique. Once you see, they're scared because they have no knowledge.
Like, what if someone's like, I don't want to get hit?
Well, then
How do you deal with that as an instructor?
Well, I've had people come in here and go, well, do you hit each other? I go, no, not at this point. We'll teach you how to do that. You learn how to do it, right? And again, if you're on the street, because we teach Krav Maga, Krav Maga is, I had a guy say, hey, do you have Krav Maga tournaments? I'm like,
You know, it's funny you say that because like some TV shows that I'll watch, they do have they make mention of Krav Maga tournaments. I was like, where is there a Krav Maga tournament? Is that a thing?
I don't know,
I don't
but
know. We
I
don't
mean,
have them.
if you're doing real Krav Maga, you're
I
not going
was
to have
like,
any.
we have Krav Maga testing.
Yeah, that's about it. But again, so when I tell a student, okay, it's all right to be afraid, but if you learn, when you teach them some techniques, you don't say anything, and then when they start punching, learn how to kick, they're going, you know, maybe, okay, can we try a little of this? I have people. Reason for doing the seminars that people that really want to try it, I tell them, hey, we're gonna hit each other, and it'll be very controlled. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I get hurt.
No whiplash.
Let's talk about
crazy.
this controlled hitting of each other. What does that actually mean?
Okay.
To somebody who's not used to this and they're outside and they're like, those people over there hit each other. Like, what does that mean? Because
So here's what it is. For example, we'll do hands. So I'll have one person blocking and I'll have the other person striking, right? And again, so number one, I want you to go at a really slow speed, and I want them to try to hit the other person. And again, I want them to block it or move. And that's when they get hit, and the first time they get hit, it's like, oh, that's not so bad, right? But you got to really. No, really.
I
not so
remember
bad.
the first time a coach hit me in the nose because I didn't have my hands up. And my eyes started tearing.
Yeah, and you see stars,
And
and
you see
yeah.
stars.
No, I'm not
Well,
gonna.
I don't think hit, not the stars, but definitely the
The nose
when you
thing
get
that-
hit in the button, they say it's right on the button, and your eyes start to water.
We're not going to be that. I don't want to go that speed because number one, we're trying to build these people up, and to do that, if you're going to hit each other and you're going to do that, then we're going to have some headgear on too.
Yeah.
So, but
Headgear
you got to
and large
start.
gloves.
You got right now.
I
Large
feel
gloves.
like you could still get hit in the nose with headgear on.
You can.
Not with the cage though. Like
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
We have the
Ev likes
cage.
to use the cage in the Krav Maga classes because it's way safer. Unfortunately, in the kickboxing my kickboxing program, there's a wide open.
Yeah. Sometimes the chin is open.
Yeah, sometimes even the chin. So we just make sure that people are going at a light enough. So fresh, brand new, out of the gate, people come in. The first thing I have them do is punch me in the face. I'm like, nobody hits hard enough. Like nobody is going to hit. I could tell. Like I'm not going to let the biggest guy in the room punch me in the face. But like I want people to get used to hitting because. I want to say 9 out of 10 people here at this gym won't punch somebody. Like they're afraid to. They stop right before they hit. 9 out of 10 people. How many members do we have here? 9 out of 10 of them
10.
are probably afraid to hit someone in the face.
That's by the way. But see, again, that is because they haven't trained.
They haven't trained.
So when they start training, they start hitting the bag. Then it elevates and evolves, right? So that's what
Confidence.
right.
But I also think it has to do with your comfortableness with the person that you're doing that with,
Right.
right?
But it
Because
has-
you have to build it up.
The instructor
Right.
has to be very cognizant of who you pair them up with. You notice we almost all the time, I mean, 100% of the time, I pair them up with a senior student to a beginning student. And when I pair them up with the senior student, it's not a crazy senior student.
Right.
I always feel like there has to be a lot of communication too, right?
Right.
So like you kind of have to gauge
Hey,
what each other's level
here it
is
is.
before you start hit me in the head.
When I do that, I say, okay, good, all right, here's it. Now, if your partner's hitting you too hard, tell your partner, hey, you're hitting me too hard. And if you tell them a couple times, then you tell me, and then I'll come over and take care of it.
Telling people that they can be an adult is crazy. I'm like, look, you have control. Talk to your partner. If you don't like it, tell them.
But a lot of schools don't do that, man.
Yeah.
A lot of schools, they just, the instructor is paying all the attention to the best student, not watching the rest of the students. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the instructor is participating in sparring rounds. instead of watching their students.
Yeah.
Man, that
sometimes I
must
think-
take a lot of trust. I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds like there's a
Hey,
lot of trust
so
there.
I knew this school back in the day where
Trust.
when people wanted to be part of their fight team, everybody had to get choked out by the head instructor and to pass out and get choked out. DCF's face. Yeah.
What?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like it's.
She's talking the UFC days here.
Well, no. There's still some
I
people
was
that.
talking about Strike Force days,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was crazy.
same
Yeah.
difference.
No, that's not right.
It's crazy.
and guys would line up and be like, "Yes, please."
That's
Yeah.
what they honestly, I'm pretty sure they do that stuff at a lot of jujitsu schools too. Like if you want to
Hey,
join
you know
us,
what? It's
I
not-
don't know.
You gotta
what
go
they
with the
do
brown belt or
now,
something.
But I knew what they did then.
But it's not just jiu-jitsu schools. It's a lot of martial arts schools.
it's the only time we ever have to deal with something like that is when somebody goes too hard on somebody else.
Right.
Then we have an instructor go with them and they match their energy. So it's like we tell them once, hey man, calm down. We tell them twice, hey man, calm down.
And
if
we
they
don't
go-
tell them the third time. That's it.
Yeah,
We're gonna take care of the problem.
if we see it happen one more time at all, like we just don't say anything. We're like, okay, let's go.
Well, we stress safety. I mean, that's the number
Yeah,
one
it's
thing.
crazy.
Right. But you get, I've seen it all, man.
Yeah.
You know, guys getting knocked out. I mean,
Thank God I've never seen that here. Thank
No.
goodness.
in the old days, it was crazy.
Are you on camera? This is messed up. Yeah. I've never
So-
seen anybody get knocked out here. I've seen lights once or twice because one time I got bonked in the back of the head 3 times in a row. Just boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Right.
But I've seen lights. I have seen that light, but I've never been knocked out. I've never seen anybody knocked out here.
Come in.
We got to knock on wood because we have a pretty good record here. I like it.
Well,
This
we
is
want to keep it safe.
one of the
That's the number one thing.
safest.
Can you tell me what the difference between a yellow belt and an orange belt is?
Yeah.
When you see the students and so like if you have a whole bunch, you have your whole entire Krav Maga students in front of you. What's the difference skill wise between a yellow belt and an orange belt,
Confidence.
and then an orange belt and a green belt?
What you see, first of all, number one, what you see is in a yellow belt. Once they get their yellow belt and they do their techniques and they pass the test, you see there's a confidence level, but you still don't see the flow.
There's
They're not
a
as
callback.
smooth.
There's a callback to confidence.
Well, yeah,
That's what we're
I just
giving
said.
them.
Yeah,
It's confidence. I like.
But here's the other thing,
That is the
you know. And
difference.
she said, "What's the difference between yellow belt and then of course in orange belt? There's a little more contact, right? We do a lot of pads on yellow belt, and then as you get orange belt, when you see someone and they throw a punch, yellow belt, there's a little more of this where they're kind of evasive. Orange belt, they're not as bad. Green belt, you're going to see the transition where you're seeing, okay, it's smoother, their techniques flows better, there's more confidence when they move instead of flinching.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any flinching by green belt at least.
Well, no, they're still flinching. You'll get people that way, but she was asked in general, what is the difference between them, right? The movement of their footwork and the movement of the way that they move and the way they hold their hands. Yell about you still get them down here and like, hey, put your hands up. Or when we move, it's much more staccato. I mean, it's much more. They have to think about it, and as you get to be orange belt into green belt, they don't think about it. You go to
Less thought, more action.
blue belt. It's way more flowing, and so I can tell a very beginner from a person that's trained. You know, I mean. And again, I can also,
It's
you know
easy
how many
at this level to be able to read people.
Right,
Like, I
and-
like that I can do that now. When somebody comes in and you're worried about me saying, "Oh yeah, punch me in the face," you know, like I'm not. It's easy to read somebody now.
It's
Well,
the way
it's
that
e-
you say it.
It's easier because it's easier, but again, reading someone or their tells is very, very important. That's when I really start bringing that stuff up in orange belt. I don't do that to yellow belts because number one, They have no
It's
idea.
There's too much. Yeah,
information.
too much
It is
information.
way too much.
Yeah.
So when we do that, part of that, I start. In fact, yesterday's class, I was talking about tells, and we were doing the inside defense. Defense against which, the defense we teach against inside defense is one of the hardest defenses.
Hardest.
Very counterintuitive, right?
Is that why we start them at the beginning with the inside defense so that they could really get good with it by the time they're
The normal thing for yellow belts when they test and they do inside defense, they do this. They're slapping.
always?
But that's instinctual.
Yeah.
To do this and keep that hand there to occupy the center line, totally unnatural. Yeah. Right? So I was talking about, okay, you hear me talk about silhouette, where it's the outline of your body, whether I'm facing you or turned sideways. When you take a step, you've broken your silhouette, and your peripheral vision picks that up immediately. So when they were trying to throw a punch yesterday, going, hey, you're breaking your silhouette.
Yeah.
What? And then I say, okay, watch. What did they do? And I make them. I don't tell them to begin with, but then I would say, okay, he moved his foot. That's it. You picked up that tell.
Right.
Right. But just like in Muay Thai, you see people do this when they're punching. I see this all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Or bring it up.
We do a drill.
The chicken wing.
The chicken wing. We do a drill in Krav where your eyes are closed. And I was doing this yesterday morning where we were doing, God, I can't remember that far back, right? What were we doing? Eyes were, kicks, right? Or I had a drill on the warm-ups where, okay, tap the person and then the person is supposed to react, right? So when in reaction, when they're holding for punches, I see this a lot of times. Their eyes are closed. When they get tapped, they bring their hands up and then they punch. I'm like, you can't do that on the street. As soon as you feel the tap, you open your eyes and then react. I know, but they have to bring their hands up to do that. And I'm like, no, your hands are down. Or some of them have their eyes closed, their hands up. Put your hands down.
Yeah.
You're getting caught off guard. And then as soon as you get tapped, open your eyes and then react. And again, that's one of the things that we want to work on.
That's a practice thing, though. Like, there's no way anybody's going to come out the gate. Even some of my fighters, coincidentally, I love how a lot of us, we kind of think the same. So a drill I was having them do last night was look at the pad, react to the pad, and when they move it for a finisher, which is an elbow, a knee, or a kick, like, react fast. A lot of them, they would punch, they'd present for a kick, they'd think about it for a second, and then they would kick. And I'm like,
you can't.
Now I know who's.
See, that's that split second. That split second. Now in the ring, maybe you have it's you're fighting an opponent.
Yeah.
Your opponent is not trying to kill you.
Well, yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Well,
Yeah, they are. They just have padded fists.
I know, but the
and they
point-
have to stop fighting when they're told to.
right.
But
No. When they're in the ring, they're not thinking, "I want to kill you." The point is, if I'm on the street, and I react, and you're trying to kill me, I got to react immediately. That split second is going to make a difference. That's not an opponent.
I mean, it's the same, Ev. I mean, just because the severity of life and death isn't there, they still want to kill each other. Like, I go into a fight
but it's
saying,
not.
I'm going to fight this guy to the death until someone says stop. We actually have this quote. If you fight me for money, I will stop when you say to stop.
That's
but
on the
if
wall.
we fight for honor, I'm going to stop when I want to stop. And that's pretty much where we're at. I'm fighting for my honor, and I'm going to fight until that ref says stop.
Okay. So
Even if it
let me
kills my
temper
opponent.
that. Okay.
Even if it kills that motherfucker.
Here's the thing. So here it is, right? Again, number one, they're not aiming for the throat.
You're right. Well,
Okay. No. Yeah, they're not aiming for
I'm
the
not
throat.
doing Roadhouse.
They're not going for the groin. They're not gouging an eye. Okay,
right.
that's what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
You can't. When you're in the ring, it's an opponent. Maybe you're thinking in your head like, I want to destroy this opponent. But what they mean by destroy is, okay, I want to knock them out or something. But for actually me to take them out, that's a different deal.
Take them out.
I'm not talking
Roadhouse
about
style.
I'm not talking about fast food. Okay. Yeah, well, let's take them out. Okay, let's go get some Chinese. Okay.
Man, I need to
Let's go get.
What about for you as a Muay Thai instructor here? You get a lot of the beginning people.
I get all the beginning people.
Yeah, but like they come in here because it's a great place to learn, right?
Yep.
A lot of people are intimidated, but like you make it really a good environment for them to learn. And you see people with all kinds of skills and lack thereof.
Oh my gosh.
When do you see that like light bulb that appears in people's heads and then they finally start to get it? How long does that take? What do you think?
Everybody is different.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's different. I wish I could say that there's a set time and a set plan, but the one thing I do know is you can see that light bulb. You can see it light up. You do see the switch.
The people that catch on, you see them come in more often.
Yeah.
The people that are sort of like, oh yeah, I like it, and they're sporadic.
Yeah.
When the light comes on, is the people that have been coming and they're here over and over again. That's when you, and again, that is the difference where the person that really comes in and trains and starts, and then they're back again and they're back again, and then all of a sudden you see it.
All the pieces come together.
Yeah.
Everything
Ev,
starts
who's your
to work
favorite
out.
student? Quick,
Who's my favorite?
top 5 students, go.
I can't. I've had so many students.
Who's your favorite student?
Top most 5 improved
Who's your
students
favorite
this
student?
I don't know.
Over the course of last year, that you're like when they first stepped through the door and they were like timid and they didn't know certain things, and now they're just phenomenal and you've seen them improve so much.
Who's your favorite, Ev?
The most improved that I've seen: Ann, Shane, James, Marzea.
Oh.
Right?
Andrea.
It's funny that you're naming all the instructors.
Well, because
Name the students.
no,
We're so improved that he trusts
I
us
know
to
the
instruct.
instructors are also students too.
Yeah, but they're very important because they're passing on the knowledge and the information. So I just say what I've seen in James as far as improvement, he's gotten much better, but he's getting more. How do I want to put it? He's learning to be more controlled.
There you go. I was
Less-
going to say
less
calm.
loud.
In my mind, I was thinking calm.
Yeah, well, more controlled, right? And
Control.
yeah, and he's learning that it's you get more with honey than you do with. Hey, you guys, you better get up. Yeah, right. Yeah. So
I'll never change.
What about you, James? Top 5 students. Go.
Right now, because it changes
Yeah,
sometimes.
right now. I'll ask you again next month.
I like Rich, who will probably never listen to this, but we went out to Korean barbecue once. I like...
But that's not why you like him.
Yep, I like him because he's been here since the beginning, and he's, as far as I know, weirdly 100% loyal. Yeah. Like he loves this gym, Like it's not that he's loyal to me; he's loyal to his purpose, his cause, which is being fit and just staying healthy. So healthy with all that Korean barbecue. A man after my own heart, muscles and booze. Woo! And then let me see. Ivan, because he's fun, and he comes all the time. He's just a funny guy. Diego, because he just texted me right now, and that means he's...
listening to this.
Shout out. Let me see. Savio, because I love him and his family. So Savio, that's Savio, Aisha, Mira, but I don't know the little ones.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, she's new. And I love it. Now they're all here. Aisha doesn't come as much, and Mira got busy, but I hope one day to have all 4 of them in class, like maybe on a Sunday or something. Maybe they'll all come together. Caitlin is awesome. Caitlin and McKevin are like a duo. And again, I don't know if they'll ever
They're
gonna listen,
such
but
good
like
students.
having them here, if it's just one or both, like either way, they're my favorites.
You know,
And they're so great with
Just
new
is gonna-
people.
They are so
Jess is
great.
going to finally test for his belt.
McKevin?
McKevin.
Krav Maga. McKevin's testing.
For his
yellow
orange
belt?
belt.
No,
Orange.
belt.
He should
Oh,
be.
yeah.
He should be like black belt by now. But he's
Caitlin too.
Yeah,
Ka-
both
they're
of them.
both-
They're kind of like Shane. You know, Shane took hundreds of classes before he got a belt.
they're phenomenal students.
Yeah.
They're very good.
I
They're
love
very
them
helpful.
both. They're my
Yeah.
favorites. I could keep naming people. I love them all.
There's so many good
How about
students.
Saloni, like Baloney? I remember her.
Okay.
I can't remember. I'm going to mess it up. I'm not even going to say it because I mess up the name and I mess it up and
Hey, you know what?
forgot.
We should
So
have
what-
that
what we've-
student of the month again.
What we've learned.
Oh, yeah,
is
I
that
used to do student of the month
To be James's
videos.
favorite student, you had to take him to Korean barbecue.
or just talk to me every day. Like, I don't know. Like, I talk to a lot of people every day, but some people make their presence known. Like, I see people all the time. I say what's up to them all the time. I love all the people that I say hi to. It's just certain people resonate a little bit more because maybe they're lingering more. Like Lauren will linger, and it's not a bad kind of linger. You know what I mean? Like, she hangs out and she absorbs. Like,
Lauren?
she
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
such a good student most of the time. You know, like how much do you love Kazi? Kazi is awesome. Like, he loves helping new people too. Like, he's one of those people like Caitlin and McKevin who you could put with a new person and you know that new person is going to be 100%
He's great.
okay.
I love his energy.
You know, I could keep naming people, you know, because I don't have 5. I have 100, you know, and if I went down the list of names and I could name all those people, everybody that I remember are my favorites. Like, everybody else, give me a minute. I'm learning, all right? Like, I'm not the best at remembering. I'm not Ev. I have a lot more people that I have to remember than the average person. I don't know how Ev does it. But
Wait, what's your name again?
yeah, no, I forget that. I'm always like, "What's up, dude? Hey, man. Oh, what's up, guy? Hey,
Oh,
you.
hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. What's up, pal?
Okay, on that note, I have to go teach.
Yeah,
It was just fun today.
oh gosh,
this
I
is
wish it was
great.
longer. I wish we had more time
Well,
together.
hopefully people enjoy this. If you enjoy this, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, and
if
we'll keep
you
doing it.
want to join us, let us know.
Oh my God, we film so early in the morning, so
Yeah, if you want
9
to
o'clock
join
is
us, that
not
would
early
be
in the
fun.
well, it's late for most people because they go to work. But
Yeah,
like,
it's
this is our job.
If anybody works from home
Ooh,
and
come
is
hit
going
us
to
up.
Hop Keto at 10, our Krav at 11,
And we named you in this list.
you better be here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say adieu.
Valentine's Day.
When is it? February
14th.
Goodbye. That's pretty good. Let's say adieu. Oh my God, you're so crazy.